Hello guys, welcome to the ninth tutorial, and we're going to be creating a system to manage the key input. So guys, before we begin, I'd like you to subscribe so that you wouldn't miss any new tutorial series or any new tutorial episodes or content on my channel. And so let's get started. So the first thing is we need to know what keys are being pressed. And for that, actually, let me just remove this real quick. There's some line of code that we can write to display whichever text is. So we can say, let's say we want to display some text on the when key number or key W is pressed. So I'm going to say if e.getKeyCode.get keycode equals to key event vkw. So that will be for the letter W. vkw. Then we're gonna display W was pressed. And when we run that, we can press other letters, it won't work. But when I press W, the text comes up. Now, if I want to press U and I wanted to say something was pressed, it will not work. The reason that is we have to manually specify whichever key that we want, and I want to kind of create an automated system that whenever any key is pressed, we can record that a key is pressed. I don't know if I'm making sense right now, but you'll understand that when the end product is done. So right now what we're going to do is, first of all, I want to show you that every single key inside the key event class is stored as a value. So we can display key W is a number. So we can just say display key event .vk .vkw .vk So So every key has a number. Every key on a keyboard is represented by a value, so it has a number. So there we go. So now in order to kind of display this, so we can use arrays. We can use a bunch of arrays to do this, to represent multiple keys at the same time. So first of all, I would like to create a constructor, key input, and we want to create a public static array of boolean keys. I'm gonna call it keys, and I think on your keyboard we have a total of 256 keys. And so inside the constructor, I'm just gonna say keys. I'm just gonna create a function private. I'm just gonna create a public function init keys, public void init keys, because some keyboards might have different keys. I don't know if a gamer keyboard has different type of keys. So different numbers of keys. So, and then we're gonna take an integer amount. Keys, the number of keys, the maximum keys you can initialize, and we're just going to say keys equals to new boolean and we're going to pass in keys. something's wrong. I don't know why there's something wrong. Oh, okay. So this dot keys. So yeah. So and then inside the function default, we're gonna default to 256 keys. 256 keys. I'm not making any sense now, but we're gonna make it's gonna blow your brains now, but it's going to make sense in the future, hopefully. And I just wanna move this to the top. And yeah, now inside each function, so what we're gonna simply say is when a key is pressed, we're just gonna say keys at key event.vk at e.get key code, e.get key code. We're going to set that equals to true. And when it's released, you can say keys at position e.get key code. It's not going to make any sense right now, but yeah. Key code equals to false. So what we're doing is basically setting a key true or false. And then we're going to have two extra methods. I don't like that black thing, so I'm going to go back and it's gone. So we're going to have two extra functions. First one is going to be just one extra function. First one's and it's going to return a boolean, public boolean get key pressed, get key pressed. Get key pressed, and yeah, and it's gonna take in a parameter of whatever key you want, int key, and then we're just gonna return keys at key. Probably sounds like I'm speaking Greek if you're a beginner in programming, and yeah. So now now let's go test this out. And inside the game manager, I'm gonna say, since remember this stuff is static, public static, I forgot to make it static, so we can directly refer to anything inside the key input class through the game manager without having to instantiate it. So yeah, so inside the update method, I'm just going to simply say if, I don't know, key input, import that dot vk get key pressed at key event, I don't know, we're just looking for W now, key event dot vkw is just going to display W is pressed. W was pressed. We imported key event, java.key event, and also imported the key input class. Now if we run this, if I press W key, it shows W is pressed, and yeah. As you can see, it works. Now this works for every single key. I can just simply change Now you're probably wondering why the hustle, why do I have to do all of this? Well, the reason being is that by doing this, I just made it universal, so that we can know any key if any key was pressed. If you don't believe me, let's just go back to Game Manager, and instead of all of this, we can simply write let me see how all is that. Yeah, we can simply write down inside here. In fact, just scratch the Game Manager code. I'm gonna control / to quick to what it commented out. Yeah, so what we're gonna be doing here is inside the key pressed, I'm just simply going to say if let's say this. How do I say this now? How do I do this? Keys, EW key code. Key types and keys. So we're just gonna display. Yeah, we're gonna display whichever key that we pressed. So first things first is we're gonna display the key. We're gonna change this key code into what is it called? Into a letter basically. So I'm gonna say key event if system dot out print line that get key code. Yeah, this is actually a very long process. I think I'm just gonna do this for 4 letters WASD because that's what we're gonna be using anyways. So yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this for WASD. So if, but that defeats the purpose. Yeah, I think I'm just rambling on now. Anyways, whatever I wanted to tell you was actually useless. It will just confuse you more. So yeah. So anyways, so this is it. We have a way of getting keys from the Game Manager, of getting keys pressed, any keys pressed without any complicated stuff from the Game Manager. And yeah, so if I wanted to see if M was pressed, I'll just put M and then run this. And now if I press W, it would work. If I press M, damn it, let me change the text to M. Now if I press W, W won't work. Now if I press M, M will work. And yeah, that's about it. So yeah, so guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so that you're up to date with all my tutorial series. And yeah, the other thing is the link to the source code will be down in the description. And yeah, there's also, yeah, that's about it. So guys, peace, have a nice day, and yeah.